a major champion. Everybody says they want to lift that trophy, but this is where you find out who truly wants it. We've reached the end of the line. One final test to determine who's truly worthy of claiming the title of Major Champion. Vatira's hungry for another major title. FaZe Clan has their best shot at holding the trophy. It's time to find out who's ready to rise to the top and who is ready to finally break through. San Diego is gone for the grand finals. You've demanded the best, and that's exactly what you got. Number one in Europe versus number one in North America. It is time to crown a champion. FaZe Clan have battled and become the best, and they've proven that they are better than fourth place. The blue wall has stood tall, and how tall can they go? Already off to a quick start. You don't get much better than this. A true heavyweight battle, tops in both regions. It's almost the dream matchup that everybody wanted coming in. And very rarely do we actually have one that delivers. Here we go. This goes deep into the zone. Itachi's gonna collect. He'll take his time, but he's got pressure all around him. Zypical, first killer. Mist coming in as well. That one's high and wide, and FaZe Clan will come up empty-handed in their first trip in the zone, unless Zypical's got something to say about it. Mist is there. It's through, but well defended.
Karmine Corp have that defensive ability. They can really hold on to FaZe Clan's offensive pushes and hit them with a hard counterattack. But FaZe Clan have been showing the fire over the course of this tournament. Can they break through the blue wall?
Very few teams have been able to, as Itachi has this downfield right at Mist. He won't stay with the play. First kill is going to take charge. Exotic has it all the way. Exotic has made a strong case for a defensive MVP award throughout this tournament. It's so easy to be overlooked when you've got Vatira leading the way. But this supporting cast of Itachi and Exotic have been stellar. And Itachi nearly opens the scoring.
It was a good shot, but it wasn't good enough. You gotta get past that man who's almost a wall of stealth and missed. First killer lines up the double. He's got it. He's gonna try to keep this one in play. Vatira will clear it out for the time being. They get sent into the orange corner. FaZe Clan barely held on last time. Can they hold on now? Missed another save!
Speaking of defense, it's exactly why he's on the team. Mist does it again. He's got it done with his offense as well. His first killer's effort denied by Exotic. Boom, down the field again. Itachi will have a look. And Zypical there first yet again. Oh, an opportunity there, denied by Itachi. Tension already building. This is game one. Right at the halfway mark. Karmine Corp have come very close, twice. FaZe Clan still looking for their first real good shot. K-Corp double no.
That's another save out from Mist. He's gotten 3 saves this game. Every time Karmine Corp have pushed the ball forward and looked threatening. Mist has been the man in the back end. Now he's trying to settle things up out in front, but you've got to keep an eye on Vatira as he's trying to lead the charge. Anytime he can activate stacks, it's going to be the most pressure FaZe has ever been under this tournament.
Oh, Mist calling off first killer there, and it works out for FaZe. Now first, way downfield. That'll split the defense, but Vatira's all the way back. Gave up the back corner boost, didn't need it. Now Vatira forcing his way through, out to the corner. Well done by first killer, only Itachi to beat. And Itachi makes the stop, dumping that back in. Now it's Zypical. Good stop on Exotic. Looking ahead, first killer denied by Vatira. No follow-up.
It's still good pressure though from FaZe. They're being able to control the pace really well. They've also been getting more and more demos, just more ball possession than Karmine Corp. And look, they're even keeping this in that blue half. Defense has been strong though. It's been a scoreless game so far.
Oh, Itachi gave that a look, realized he was beat. What a win by first killer. Exotic is all the way back though
Defensive rotations have to be quick and on point with no room for error against either of these two squads, especially when Vatira and First Killer are anywhere near. That caught a deflection and missed, able to react quickly.
The savior for FaZe Clan in this game, a minute remaining. Now you get to see him on the solo. Vatira off early, knows the threat there. And Itachi will try to push this downfield, gets a good ball, plays it high, it's not in. First Killer will clear it downfield. Difficult on top of this, looking to follow it up, but won't be able to.
Yeah, defense just barely getting a touch there. Now Itachi going through the corner. First Killer's gonna repel this effort as well. Everybody scrambling back now except Vatira. Itachi gave it a turn. He's beaten by Mist. Now through the corner, opportunity from the wings. Difficult has First Killer lurking in behind. And First Killer will watch Itachi play this and pick his spot to dump it back in. 20 seconds separate us from an overtime with no goals between K-Corp and FaZe Clan. This goes all the way across. Down to 10 seconds now. And it's Vatira. Clear-cut MVP, especially if he converts here, but no. Another one, Duckworth, opportunity, boom! Exotic gets credit for the goal, but it went in off of FaZe.
It was off Sip. The shot initially from Exotic wasn't going in. It was going to bounce off the woodwork. It did. Off the post, off of Typical, and 2 seconds left. Karmine Corp may have just stolen game 1.
Got to get this in the air, and they do, at least with a little help from K-Corp, and then Exotic gets one legit one for himself, and that puts the wraps on game number 1.
Maintaining a high level of play under the most pressure a team can put on you. That was the chance for FaZe in the final seconds. They pushed the blue wall at the beginning, but my goodness, did the blue wall push back. FaZe Clan was even with him in the shot department, but then Karmine Corp excelled. They had 10 shots that game to FaZe's 3 as they ended up controlling the pace and bending FaZe Clan until they broke.
By far the most high-quality opportunities from that game obviously belong to K-Corp. They took advantage and just kept FaZe Clan stuck on defense for way too long for FaZe Clan's liking. So now, K-Corp, as strong a defensive team as we've seen in any of these major stats, they get a shutout in game 1. Of those 3 opportunities from FaZe, can you think of any that were even close to breaking through the blue wall?
Not too many. It was just a lot of pressure, but only for a moment or two. Most of the game was sitting there. The battle was in the corner, so to speak, or on that sidewall where they, again, were just trying to get that possession going. Once Karmine Corp got things set up, then you can see it. When they had space, Itachi believes in Vatira so much that he's right behind him when he leads that charge. And then, of course, Exotic's there to add additional pressure, too. FaZe Clan have to stay locked in. You've given up 1. Karmine Corp, 3 games away now from that trophy.
We've seen a much different look out of FaZe Clan in this event, a lot more confidence. They've been hyped up here today on Championship Sunday, and they deliver a major trophy, the 2nd for North America this season. This goes upfield, First Killer right against Itachi. Well done by Itachi to stay with it. It'll be Vatira taking over now for K-Corp. The blue wall looking for an early strike, and they're not going to get one immediately. First Killer going to burn a lot of boost to keep this away and bring it over to Zip.
Good touch from Zip though. He missed. Moving right forward. Zip called for that boost, and now he can turn in, get pressure. Good shot from First Killer, but the defense was there. And here comes Karmine Corp the other way.
Tell FaZe Clan trying to time up their physical play. Try and get a bump or a demo right as a shot comes in. Not give the defense any chances. First Killer ranges back. Stayed with it in the corner. Now Exotic. He had both goals officially in game 1. Now Itachi. Try to drop it down, and nobody's there but missed.
Exotic looking to keep this in midfield. Karmine Corp has started off where they left off. Again, applying so much pressure. You got 2 on the back wall there for FaZe Clan. No one able to follow the ball after it's initially cleared, and K-Corp can continue to push it back in. A little awkward there from Typical. Will they be punished for it as Itachi gets to 50 on the back wall? Vatira is able to at least make that into a 50 to buy some time. But First Killer looking for the chip shot. It'll go off the crossbar.
FaZe fans probably waiting with bated breath to see if this is for real out of Vatira. He hasn't taken over this series yet. First killer denied. Now missed. Try to line up a double from the wing, not happening. Exotic got around one, but there's first killer. Going right after Exotic on the sidewall as well. He comes away with possession. Got a piece of Vatira, who still clears this away. And Difficult right there in midfield. Not seeing a lot of double commits, not seeing a lot of players jumbled up here for FaZe Clan. It's been much better than what we've seen at any point before this season.
Give on the play, Exotic won't be able to reach that in time. FaZe Clan hunting, looking for a way past the blue wall. They haven't been able to so far. We're getting to the halfway point here in game 2. Sure, they've been able to keep that possession, but if they can't amount to anything, all it takes is one good counterattack from K-Corp the other way, and they can steal this game again.
Slight shot advantage this time for FaZe Clan. But no goals to show for it yet in this series. Difficult. Considering first killer downfield. He's got it! K-Corp too far forward! And first killer gives FaZe his first goal!
Love that from Sip. Puts it out in open space. First killer able to find the mark. If he hesitated any other second left, defense would have got back to it in time. FaZe Clan control the pace now, but they've got to hold on for the next 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
So for those keeping score at home, if you're looking at the head-to-head matchup of first killer and Vatira, first one, Vatira 0 so far. So he does lead the tournament in total goals, 27, and nobody's close. Popped up. First killer waiting at the back. That corner boost not there for him. It's difficult. Delaying. Now first killer. Looking for the midfield boost. He's got it though. And he can range back and let Mist lead the counterattack. First killer. Everything to work with, nothing in front.
I like this though. You're seeing Karmine Corp though. They're trying to get upfield, but they have to be careful. We saw another double commit from them. The last double commit that they did in the FaZe first killer. The FaZe Clan half ended up resulting in a goal. They need to remain composed, but also they have to make sure they leave that third man back because FaZe Clan are trying to mount up a counterattack. Minute 13. You just have to watch as K-Corp move upfield. What do they do with the ball here? They're just gonna stick to the side. Itachi looking for Vatira. Vatira gets bumped but can't recover. Exotic turns on this, has to boost, but first one does not give him the time of day, immediately clearing that downfield.
Into the final minute. First killer nearly got another one. Now he's all the way back on defense. That one ricochets high and wide. Follow up, Exotic over to Itachi. Not being too greedy, not panicking and taking a bad shot. First killer shot denied by Vatira. And he can get onto this one quickly. 37 seconds remain. Through the air, calling his own number and denied by Mist. Exotic now looking for Exotic, couldn't find him. Net is wide open behind him, and it's 2-0.
FaZe Clan caught him out. Too far forward. Difficult jumps on this one instantly after the pass misses from Exotic to Itachi. And FaZe Clan with a very comfortable 2-goal lead, 27 seconds to go.
Well, you can't blame Itachi in midfield there. A miss like that does not happen out of this squad. FaZe Clan get a gift in game 2. A gift that might be enough to close it out. Oh, what a save from Zippical. Itachi gave it a ride, but still no score for K-Corp in game 2. The exact opposite of the scoreline from game 1. Vatira looking to get one with time on the clock. Not gonna happen. And FaZe Clan answers back a 2-0 shutout with one of their own.
And we're all tied up here in the grand final.
You know, I thought this series would be closer.
Yeah? You better buckle up.
Here we go. Listen to this crowd. Raise up the chant here at the San Diego Convention Center, part of DreamHack San Diego. Our grand finals. Number 1, K-Corp out of Europe. Number 1, FaZe Clan out of North America. 1-all through 2. DF8 Stadium waiting on the horizon as this best of 7 now turns to a best of 5.
One thing I loved out of this one, especially on the side of FaZe, because take a look at our Mobile 1 high performance replay, is the amount of offensive pressure they got on. They outshot Karmine Corp 7-4, which again, when we go back to game 1, it was the other way around. K-Corp 10-3. You can see it. When the teams have this strong offensive presence, you can have some of the best, if not the best defense in the world. You have to make the most out of your opportunity. But the teams that have been getting the most opportunities have been getting on the board.
Against most other teams in this tournament, either of these teams would have put up 4, 5, maybe 6 or more goals. It's a testament to the strong defense we've seen from the Blue Wall, from the Kings of NA. Now, on to DFH Stadium for Game 3 between K-Corp and FaZe Clan. Who will take the lead in this series? Who jumps into the driver's seat? Who's gonna break through here in the grand finals? Game 3 is underway.
Who's got that fire? And who is gonna make that big time play? Big game 3 here to swing this series in one team's favor. FaZe Clan trying to have it swing their way. They've got the passion of the crowd. But this man here on the ball, Tachi, is lethal when he has space. That's put all the way downfield. This Exotic caught out almost. First he'll try for the redirect, but Exotic was able to make the save.
Vatira very quickly to the side and almost got one on.
He still saved it!
Oh my gosh. How in the world did Mist and all of FaZe Clan avoid conceding a goal there? Oh, Itachi got one through, and First Killer ranging back as well. Another opportunity denied again by Mist. Exotic, try to line up a double. First Killer makes sure it's not there. And now Vatira beaten by First Killer. Itachi's got to boom it away, and he does.
Vatira with the redirect. Mist is back again. Defensively, Mist has been there every time FaZe Clan has needed it. Even when Karmine Corp are demanding some of the best defense in the world, they bump him, they push him out the way. He's still been there in time. Vatira, flip reset, and First Killer right on top of the Fennec. He's able to clear it out.
25 in the tank for First Killer. Now, mere morsels in the tank. It's typical trying to bring it across. Missed, one more touch needed. He's got it in front, and First Killer couldn't get it cleanly. Try to bring this back central, and Mist was not quite there.
Oh, step in trouble.
2 minutes gone by, and K-Corp almost broke the deadlock here in Game 3. We've seen so many near misses for K-Corp. It's got to be frustrating at some point. I mean, we know the mental fortitude that both of these teams have, especially K-Corp in this tournament. But it has to get through eventually. First Killer denied by Vatira, who marked him the whole way.
He tried to do it all himself, but you need just a little bit more. Now FaZe Clan on the way back. That pitch is out center. Exotic trying to wrap around it. We'll keep this one on the sidewall. Vatira plays his flow, gets a dibble on the play, but everybody from FaZe Clan is sitting there. So they'll be able to get this back into midfield halfway through this game. Karmine Corp have been putting on the offense. They're trying to put on a little bit more. Where's the shot gonna come through? Itachi's too light. You need to do better than that. Clear downfield again.
FaZe Clan standing on their heads, keeping K-Corp out. Here goes Vatira. Couldn't get through Mist. The brick wall does it again.
How many times do we have to say about Nick Costello? My goodness. Save after save after save. FaZe Clan have 9 saves this game, and Mist has half of them.
He's going to set a record for saves in a grand final. And normally you don't want a player to rack up a bunch of saves, but Mist has done exactly that. It is First Killer indirect on target, and Vatira pops it away. Well done by Itachi, though, to play it even further. Now First Killer bringing it back in, down to the ground, met by Itachi. Boy, both teams, it's like they're in each other's comms.
Karmine Corp trying to break through here. FaZe Clan have been really tight on defense. Who's gonna be the one to do it? We've seen everybody step up on the side of Karmine Corp. First Killer is trying to get that through. Typical with some control here. Shot, a goal! FaZe score late in Game 3.
All eyes on Typical as it looked like he was going to try to corral that. First Killer calls him off at the last moment and finds the exact slot for him to give FaZe Clan a 1-0 lead with 1:16 to go. It couldn't go anywhere else.
Crucial communication makes the difference here. That call off from Sip, and First Killer is able to line up that shot. K-Corp trying to communicate. Oh, almost there from the top.
What a recovery. Typical got bumped out of the way and managed to get back and help out Miss. Now looking to set the table, it's off the crossbar. And the last follow-up from Typical goes by the wayside. Here comes K-Corp again, Vatira wide, and First Killer's all over it.
Prime opportunity for Karmine Corp, have to stay on top of the ball. Good 50 from Itachi. Vatira can't get it past Typical. Exotic was looking for the low pass, and even though First Killer has that touch, there's no one on the side of K-Corp to get on this ball. 30 seconds remaining, and Karmine Corp have to go the length of the field to get one. Oh, this is awkward. So awkward.
But if nothing else, it burns time off the clock. This gets quickly downfield, and Mist will just collect, get away from Exotic, and K-Corp will have one good look left at the FaZe Clan net at most. It's back deep in their own corner. Exotic with a full tank of boost, deflected by First Killer, who scores at the death of Game 3.
First Killer finishing the job in Game 3. Follows that one all the way through and pushes FaZe into the lead here in the series.
Punch, counter punch, back and forth they go. First Killer drops over 700 in a dominant Game 3 effort out of him. He scores both goals for FaZe Clan. He's got 3 out of their 4. And K-Corp is going to take its timeout at 2-1 after Game 3. It's a real early timeout as the crowd begins to rally here in San Diego.
FaZe is rallying, the crowd is rallying. Karmine Corp are trying to slow this ball down right now. They don't want FaZe Clan to get momentum, but this does give FaZe Clan confidence knowing that they've gotten the timeout from K-Corp. The way they played that game, oh my God, you take a look at the stats. First Killer, 6 shots, 5 saves. We're talking about miss, but First Killer was even more prolific all around the field. Taking a timeout to figure this out is a smart move. Even though Karmine Corp outshot FaZe 11-7, they just didn't have enough to get past that defense.
Well, and especially missed early on in that game. And the challenge now is on Coach Eversax to bring his team back. 2 unanswered dubs out of FaZe Clan here, taking games 2 and 3 in, I guess you could say dominant fashion. Certainly the defense has been. And you look now at K-Corp, surrounded by NA fans with their blue wall faithful way off in the corner. Part of the wave going around here at the convention center. Can the blue wall turn it around as we head to Utopia for Game 4? Just take this in for a moment. We did this for what, 20 plus minutes in New Jersey? I don't think we're gonna get quite that close.
Talked about it though, the dominance factor. If you were going to see that, or if that was the case in that last game, but you gotta think about it. These are 2 of the best here. And when a team puts on 11 shots and there's 10 saves on the other side, you can give nothing but the best.
High quality opportunities that just have not found pay dirt. Onward now to Game 4.
Goalie, definitely something that in the back of Karmine Corp's minds, but they got to get it out of control. First Killer almost did it all himself. This man is incredible. If he would have got that goal, that time I would have proven ineffective. I don't care.
The roof would have come off this place if he had scored that. It nearly did anyways. Itachi. A little too strong and away from him. Drop down to the corner, and First Killer will watch as this one goes over top. Started to turn. Both him and Typical all the way back though. Vatira dispossessed. Here's Exotic. Needs a little more help. First Killer bringing it dangerously across, and Exotic made him pay.
He had the read there. Exotic knew exactly where the ball was going to go. Sets this one up, and has first killer player right into his hands. Karmine Corp now in the lead.
20th goal of the major for Exotic. Again, the supporting cast of this K-Corp squad, I hesitate to call them a supporting cast because it really has been a three-headed monster from Europe. Exotic almost single-handedly centering that ball, but deflected back downfield, and Vatira with a full tank of boost. More possession for K-Corp. Not in any hurry to give this one back to FaZe Clan, but it's been taken almost. Now Exotic again, through the air. Good challenge against Zip. First killer having a tough time of it, and so too is Mist as it goes right to Vatira.
Karmine Corp starting to slow things down. You see just having that individual player bring up the ball, throwing off FaZe Clan's defense, but they haven't been able to capitalize. They're looking for a chance now, testing that backboard defense, and first killer is there. They'll pick up a save on that. Karmine Corp not done though, as they've been making it really hard for FaZe to push upfield. Oh, chance there, and missed, needed. Exotic almost able to put that in the back of the net. They're still trying again, and Tachi pulled out too.
Twice we've seen K-Corp in these playoffs take their time out and come up with wins afterwards, and Itachi has them well on their way now with 3:14 to go.
Look at the control. Guides that one into the top right corner. Exotic and Itachi stepping up in the grand finals.
Looking for yet another win out of the timeout. Coming up on 3 minutes. We haven't had a game that hasn't been a shutout. As Vatira booms it away again. All 2-0 score lines. Downfield only as far as Itachi. No, Typical got it towards first killer. It's wide, and Exotic has this all the way. Time, but not a lot of space. Still got it through, and he's got another!
Exotic forced it his way past FaZe there on the sidewall. Look at this, picks up the ball, gets it over Mist's head, and is able to just get to it before Typical does. They are starting to surge here in game 4.
And the blue wall rising up again in the corner to our back left. Typical with first killer across the way, didn't get anywhere near him, and neither did Mist get anywhere near to this. Itachi adds another, his second. It's a runaway at Utopia.
You know how Karmine Corp operate. They will continue to add on to that scoreline. And if FaZe don't do something, this could get out of control. 2:40. Plenty of Rocket League to go.
Maybe Vatira adding one of his own. No, and the rebound goes off to the wayside. But still, a mountain to climb for FaZe Clan at the halfway mark of game 4, and it might get a little bit taller. Typical. Not towards a teammate, instead it's at Vatira. Itachi back to Exotic, and he almost added another. I mean, this is relentless.
They haven't pulled up. 11 shots to 1. Typical trying to make that 2. Does make it 2, but Vatira gets the save out. This game has been all K-Corp. They have not stopped going, and they have not slowed down on the pressure. FaZe trying to pass this around, just trying to eliminate some opportunities here for K-Corp as Vatira wanted to get that into the upper half. Got denied there. Now you're seeing a little bit of pushback from FaZe, but for how long?
This just feels like FaZe is almost going through the motions at this point. Final 90 seconds. Another rare trip into the offensive end and a pass off the mark. First killer, all he can do is just get this to touch the back wall, just to say he did. Tachi intercepted by Mist. No double. And Typical will try to create, but he doesn't have anything in the tank. And Itachi swats it away. FaZe sent into retreat mode again. Itachi around the boards. There's Vatira, finally on the board himself.
And you saw FaZe's best push there in game 4. All it took was Karmine Corp to get boosted up. They get right past them. The statement is set. Karmine Corp will not give up here, as they almost have this game in the bag. FaZe Clan have shown some signs of weakness, especially in this game, as it's getting out of hand. Everybody with 2 goals on the side of K-Corp after that one.
We would just like to apologize right now for content that is actually considered obscene in some countries. This is as big a beating as we've seen in a grand final game in a while. 6-0 now to K-Corp, and still a minute to go.
Talk about a timeout, Buff. My goodness.
Wow. I mean, K-Corp's has been better than anybody's. You go back to just yesterday. Oh. And the timeout in Game 6 with G2 rallying. And they stuff it out there at Neo Tokyo. Team Liquid doing the same. Another timeout, and K-Corp slams the door shut. They take a timeout after FaZe takes a 2-1 lead. And at some point, FaZe might apologize for having won a couple of games here.
Wonder if we see one from FaZe after this game.
I don't think you do. I think you hold that in your back pocket for just a little while longer. But it is hard to deny what we've seen here. Final 10 seconds of an absolute masterclass out of Karmine Corp. 14 shots to 3. As the clock hits 0, the ball headed netward one more time. Why not?
He means business. Look at this one more time. Off the ceiling, to the top left.
That is a cold, cold man. Sitting over there, staring down FaZe across the way. How can you not be intimidated when you've got that looking right across?
And we're all tied up here in this series. FaZe Clan just got hit the hardest they may have ever been hit this event, and on the biggest stage they could have been hit at. How do you get yourself back in at this point? Because they're not gonna stop. That is going to continue.
Well, well, well. K-Corp drops a 7 spot on FaZe Clan. Stiz versus Boston Scott was closer. So now we look ahead to a 5th game in a 2-all series and look back at the Mobile One high performance replay as we see it's an all K-Corp highlight reel. Just pick after pick after pick at the center line, and the FaZe defense that had been so great for 3 games, even the game they lost 2-0, it felt like they were still fine. They were under a lot of pressure. This time, absolutely non-existent.
Under a lot of pressure, they still had 8 saves that game.
Yeah, those were the shots where K-Corp showed a little bit of mercy. Oh, here we go. Oh, they tried. You got the USA chance going here. Of course, the All-American squad with FaZe Clan. K-Corp bouncing back after falling down 2 games to 1. It looked like the offense had kind of gone AWOL after 4 unanswered goals out of FaZe. And then all of a sudden, this series got turned on its head. We're all tied up in the grand finals of the Winter Major, 2 games apiece. And it's all gonna come down now to Wasteland. Somebody goes on to match point, getting 2 shots to close it out and lift that trophy.
It really does come down to this. When you see these players take the field, you gotta wonder what's going through their minds. Are they focused? Are they ready? We've seen stellar performances as well. I mean, talk about that last game, for example. That, especially coming off of how they lost in the game prior. Karmine Corp able to just take the series and put it into their own hands.
Remember, we honored Turbo Pulsa earlier this afternoon with his retirement. Member of that Northern Gaming squad back in Season 3 that lifted the trophy. That team had a record for scoring 6 goals in the grand final of an RLCS LAN in 1 single game. K-Corp just broke that long-standing record with a dominant 7-0 performance capped off by the hat trick by Vatira. An historic beatdown in Game 4 as we get set to resume here. Vatira watching First Killer return to the stage, and we are set for Game 5 on Wasteland. But we know it will not be the end of this series. We know we'll at least go to Neo Tokyo, and the way this series has gone, why not perhaps to Champions Field? The crowd's starting to get jacked up again. Hey fans, are you ready for this series to get back underway? All right, I'm ready. Here we go. Everybody in position now as we wait for the green light to get back underway. So now, Daz, let me ask you before we get back into this. Are you as confident in FaZe now as you might have been at the start of the day or the start of this series?
Me personally, I'd say so.
All right.
You can definitely tell when they get that chance to kind of stop and refocus, they come back and strike twice as hard. But that doesn't mean K-Corp cannot end this major in the next 2 games. Game 5 is on your screen. Wasteland Night is the stage. Who is going to put this series on match point?
Typical will bring this around. He's got Mist trying to creep forward. Now First Killer. That bounces in the direction of Sip, but he went off for midfield boost. And now he's got Itachi to contend with, who will grab that corner boost out of the FaZe half of the field. 7 unanswered goals all throughout that game by K-Corp. Can FaZe Clan stop the bleeding and turn things around yet again? This kicks all the way out for Itachi, intercepted by First Killer, and then Vatira's right there. No give on either side. Itachi almost through.
Tried to push that to the top right. Still with the ball. K-Corp looking for the best way to make this challenge. You see Vatira gets that corner boost, but he's playing this on that back wall. What is Sip gonna do? Sees the opportunity, but Itachi just denies. This time it's gonna be Vatira, but not before First Killer gets a piece of the ball. FaZe Clan have to retreat. Is that clear from Exotic? Sent way downfield.
Typical couldn't quite play this further forward. Missed, and First Killer
He's open.
mess of this. They went for the same ball at the same time, and it cost them dearly.
A little bit of a breakdown there, but Vatira is able to spin that straight to Itachi, will clean it up. And Karmine Corp continuing to move forward, continuing to score.
Here goes First Killer again, looking for redemption. Picked his spot, and Vatira's there to meet him. It'll fall to Mist if he wants it, but Exotic's there instead, so First Killer will turn. And Mist will have a look from the wing. Try to get through Itachi, leave it for Sip. Neither happens, as Typical has to turn back on this. Center pass, First Killer denied by Itachi.
Bit of a triple commit there on the side of Karmine Corp. Now Mist across the stick, and Mist will get the last touch as it goes in. FaZe with the equalizer.
Great recognition by Typical, realizing he can turn on this and bang it home. It goes in off of Mist, so he gets credit for his first goal of the series, and we're all tied up.
Things starting to pick up the pace here. You see the solo plays coming out from the side of FaZe Clan. Now Karmine Corp looking to strike back very quickly. They've got to watch out though. Mist with some space here. Trying to get it over Vatira, forcing Vatira to play high, still with the flip reset. And it's these minute touches as, wait a second, breakaway, Typical, no! Denies, there's Itachi!
Itachi had that read the whole way, realized he had to scramble back, could not waste a half a second. Exotic all the way across, and too strong for Itachi. Now out of the corner, Typical, Mist, oh, everybody's there. This is becoming a problem for FaZe Clan, but it doesn't cost them just yet. Exotic's gonna make a quick turn. Itachi's up. He meets First Killer. Now Exotic for Vatira for the lead. No, follow, yes, Itachi.
Again, that pressure starts to build. When Karmine Corp's on the ball, you gotta get the clear out right. Sip didn't have the best touch, Vatira jumped over him, and Itachi slammed it home.
2-1. K-Corp answers back. And so the challenge has been thrown down to Faze. Finally, both teams have scored in a game. Vatira denied by First Killer. And the whole of Faze Clan is over in that corner, so they've got to disperse. Difficult, a little too far forward for First Killer, so now Mist will have to dump it back in. Everybody's got to reset now for Faze.
Itachi on the ball, and typical up quickly. Slow things down. You can see again, Karmine Corp opted for those solo plays, looking to see if they can break through the defense of Faze Clan. Mist though, a miss on the play, gets a bump on Itachi off ball to try to slow down the push. You can see Itachi late here, does get demoed as well by Mist. And that's a great touch from First Killer. Ball moving left to right as teams fight for that possession.
Everybody misses here going for the block, so First Killer will try and stabilize. Itachi was waiting in midfield. Now Vatira, turn on it. Itachi, pop up for First Killer to try and delay. Who blinks next? Will K-Corp let Faze back in? And it's just wide there as K-Corp tried to maybe put this one away. The way this series has gone. First Killer now to the skies. And too strong for Mist. Stipper goes over there. Can he get up in time? No, he can't. Mist with the follow. First Killer is lurking. There's Sip. It's still available. And Mist will finally get the touch he needs.
Faze just out-pressure Karmine Corp there. Look at the speed from Typical. Itachi in a tough spot. And Vatira's trying to race back, bumped Mist into that one.
That's about the only way Mist was going to get to that one. His momentum was completely stopped. But it works out for Faze Clan. Wouldn't have it any other way. 2-2 now with less than a minute to go in Game 5. Itachi in a race with First Killer and Mist as he watches Vatira go on by. 28 in the tank. It's enough, but Vatira with the save. No quick shot there out of Typical. He tried to catch and release. Now First Killer coming in. 33 on the clock. Overtime looming here in Game 5, though we said that in Game 1, and it quickly turned south.
Oh, the bumps have been making a crucial play here. They've been taking out Karmine Corp, slowing down and messing up the rotation. Faze has had 6 demos this game. You can see it. They know that if they keep on that offensive push, they can get past Karmine Corp. But now Karmine Corp trying to push back. Final 10 seconds. Itachi off the ceiling. He's going for the win. He gets that one through. Exotic to finish. No, not the best touch. Vatira! Calls game!
MVP does it again at 0 seconds. And K-Corp, Vatira breaks Faze's hearts in Game 5.
What a push! It's not over till it's over. And Karmine Corp made that clear on that drive. The run there, everybody getting involved. And Vatira putting it the only place Faze wasn't. You know what they say, big time players
make big time plays. And Vatira did exactly that. One more look at the Mobile One High Performance replay. That goal for Mist seemed like a godsend for Faze. And then Vatira giveth, and Vatira taketh away. And it's caused Roll Diz and Faze Clan to finally take their timeout. Down 3 games to 2 now here in the Grand Finals with Neo Tokyo waiting.
You can't take it with you.
Right?
Faze Clan having to slow down Karmine Corp. This is the only opportunity that they can do this. So they're gonna use it here. When we load up Neo Tokyo, there's no more timeout. There's no more room for error. You have to give it your best if you want to be champion.
Faze Clan was in this spot not more than an hour and a half ago. Needing to win on Neo Tokyo and on Champions Field to reach this point. Grabbing victory away from complexity. Can they do it again now on the biggest stage here at the Major?
Start to wonder, you see that man right there, Roll Diz? He's got to push his team past the limit. He's got to help them extend to something that is greater than themselves.
You go back to the Fall Major and that series with Oxygen where everything that could go wrong did for FaZe Clan. They take a timeout and immediately turn that series around, and they silence that crowd. They'll be relying on this crowd to be the exact opposite. They'll be relying on a big FaZe rally. We just heard from the back, we heard the blue wall. As they can sense it, K-Corp's fans, oh so close. But now we load up Neo Tokyo. It is do or die for FaZe Clan and a shot at clinching the major for K-Corp.
Karmine Corp have the trophy in reach, but they've got to show out here in the next 5 minutes. Otherwise, we got a game 7 ahead of us. Who will come out on top here?
This is where you can look across the way and find out who really wants it more. Exotic taking his time, waiting for Vatira to get in position, but he goes off for midfield boost instead, so he can turn on that. Exotic all the way across. Itachi will come up for it. And K-Corp trying to apply the pressure early on.
Vatira has to clear that into space. Itachi won't be able to get there, so Sip will pick this one up. Vatira up early, but got bumped there, so the ball will float in midfield. Exotic to Itachi. First killer saw it. Cut it up. Now ball in the midfield. FKA looking for Sipical. And even on the pass plays that have brought this team, both these teams, to this stage. They are so smart, being able to read it and cut it out. You need a little bit more if you want to get past these guys in the midfield. As Vatira going for the bump, setting up Exotic. Exotic! Bang!
He scored the first 3 goals for Karmine Corp in this series. And he's got another to add to the tally. Make it 5 now. Vatira, another helper, and another K-Corp lead. And their absolutely dominant record. You can count on one hand the number of games they've lost when they score first. That's what FaZe is up against now, and they may be up against it even more. Another one brought in quickly. Exotic snakes his way through, but first killer's there. Now Vatira forces Sipical into action. We'll see just how the nerves are for FaZe Clan coming out of this timeout, having things go immediately south for them.
Any way to get that composure, you gotta do a quick tip. Very ambitious, makes that touch, gets the follow-up double. And ball will settle into the corner. You see the couple chain dashes there from Vatira, but not enough to stop miss. This is a little awkward here for Karmine Corp, but Exotic picks this up, looking towards that side wall. FaZe Clan now, trying to take the ball. But they cannot get into that upper third. Missed in a tough spot, but he pulled out 2 and got past 1, creating a lane here for FaZe.
From the heavens, first killer has it swatted away by Itachi. So another effort. On south, they go back to the drawing boards.
Oh, Demo!
The runway cleared, and Exotic still got back in time. FaZe gave Karmine Corp their best shot, and Exotic said no.
They said you need a little bit more than that if you want to stop us. They want this trophy here and now. Oh, good touch from Miss, but Exotic's right there, sits to the wall. FaZe still trying to keep this one in, but they're giving the possession to Karmine Corp. They have so much room to be able to control it and do what they want. Bottom half here of game 6. FaZe trying to make something happen, but the defense from Karmine Corp is a blue wall.
Trying a couple of high-low attacks, and it's just not working. First killer has that taken away, but this is launched now.
Demo
behind the play!
Oh!
Run it in! Misties it!
It's the extra effort for FaZe Clan! First killer with the bump, trying to get in front of Vatira. Vatira gets there at the last second, but Miss has it!
For a fleeting moment, I think every FaZe fan in this building thought, oh my God, he did it again. But Vatira just could not keep it out. And Sipical stands his ground after the kickoff. Loose ball in front. Popped away by Vatira for Exotic, who has been great in this final. Now first killer, taking his time. Itachi got a piece. Here goes Exotic again. Boy, everything he touches seems turns to gold. And it almost struck gold again. First killer to boom it away. And he might need one more touch. He's got it.
Look at that touch off on the side, but the pressure still mounting for Karmine Corp. Look at the touch, he got the angle, but Miss was there to send it across. FaZe Clan needs to break out, but they just can't every time they move it upfield. Karmine Corp have just been all on top of the ball, creating space and really putting this game into their hands.
Miss grabbing that backfield boost. They will need it. Typical tracking against Itachi. Itachi got around him, but there's Mist. He's back to his old self. Down to the final minute now, and the tension couldn't be any tighter. 56 seconds. This could drop down dangerously close to the Faze net. But Tira's coming on to do it again, and Mist will sweep it away.
Didn't have enough boost. Gotta start looking at those corners here because it really is gonna come down to that. Teams have been mounting attack after attack on each other. 35 seconds. Ball on the Faze half. Batir wouldn't let it go upfield easily. Trying to make this hard, but a bit of a breakaway.
Oh, another opportunity here. Batira denies it. And now first killer lining up the double. Exotic got that right to Itachi. So important now for K-Corp to work as a team out of the zone. Batira dumps it back in now with 10 seconds left. He scored at 0 in Game 5 to put K-Corp in this spot. Oh, Itachi wide open, right between the eyes.
And you can see it on first killer's face. He tried to control it, tried to send it across, and went right off the ceiling and straight into Itachi's hands. Next thing to enter his hands is that trophy. 5 seconds left for Karmine Corp to win the major.
They'll try to bring this to ground as quickly as they can. Exotic, the last touch. How fitting is it? K-Corp, at long last, gets the major title.
Major champion. Karmine Corp have finally done it.
Batira joins elite company. We're talking about Violent Panda, Extra, Monkey Moon, K-Dop, and Turbo Pulsar as the only players to win multiple RLCS lands. That is as elite as it gets.
Have that level of passion behind this team. Look at that man, Batira.
Two-time RLCS land winner. And we've talked so much about what it means to win a major championship. It's a gateway. It was Gen G in the fall this season. Now it's K-Corp in the winter. Will that be a preview of our World's Finals in Dusseldorf in just a few months' time?
So good for Karmine Corp. To see them win in the regional events, come out here and do exactly what they needed to. Take that trophy, make it real. That is what it is about. That dedication, that passion. Look at those fans, that blue wall who's been supporting them all this time.
Your winners and winter major champions, Karmine Corp!
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with Karmine Corp. Congratulations to all of you. I'm gonna squeeze in right here, get a good look at this trophy. And first off, we're gonna start with Coach here because I got a big question. You call that big timeout. You know that these teams have what it takes to take you down. But what are you guys talking about in that timeout? Is it composure, trying to calm down, or is it trying to figure out how you're going to beat FaZe?
I think it was to stop the momentum, and at the same time, we weren't following each other enough on the field. Like, there was too much distance between the players, so I just told them to grow balls and play like we always do, and we just show the results.
Now I'm going to come to you next, Exotic. You guys went through this entire major without losing one series. You guys didn't see Champions Field one time. How in the world did you make that happen?
Vous avez réussi à faire tout le tournoi sans perdre une seule série et vous êtes allé qu'une seule fois sur Champions Field. Comment est-ce que vous avez fait pour réussir à faire tout ça?
Bah, c'est juste que depuis Rotterdam, on a beaucoup travaillé, beaucoup. Rotterdam, ça nous a fait du mal. On a appris de ça et on doit être l'équipe qui a le plus travaillé et ça a payé. Hein.
So yeah, we worked really well. And you know, Rotterdam hit us really hard, and so we worked a lot to be able to be here, and it worked, so we are really happy.
Itachi, where are you at? Come here, man. It's been a long road to get here, to have that trophy in front of you, and it's yours. What is it like to chase your dreams and find success?
To be honest, we just want even more. Like, we're so happy to get this. I'm so happy to be able to finally win a major. But we want more, we're hungry for more. We want to win everything, and that's what we're going to do.
A hungry K-Corp is going to be a scary K-Corp. Vatira, get on over here. You've got 2 majors now. Earlier in the season, I asked you, who is the best player in the world? And you kind of danced around the question. I'm gonna ask you again, who is the best player in the world?
Well, I'm the best player in the world. I'm in the best team too, so you're just going to win world at this point.
I love it, I love the confidence. But you guys, you're gonna look a little better with some ice around your neck. Turbo, get on up here. Let's put some medals around these boys. We have our Winter Major champions. And one more time, what is the color? Karmine